All right, good morning, everyone, and welcome to the routine Monday briefing for Central North Carolina, covering the period from today until Sunday, June 28th. My name is Jimmy Danko. I'm a meteorologist here at the National Weather Service in Raleigh. So first, taking a look at the upcoming weather pattern for Central North Carolina. Today, there's a cold front stretching across the Central Appalachians into the Tennessee Valley. And out ahead of that, we have a very warm and moist air mass in place. So there's also a prefrontal trough. So with that, we're expecting scattered showers and storms, first developing over the mountains early to mid-afternoon, and then reaching our northwest Piedmont later this afternoon. Probably looks like around 4 p.m., maybe a little earlier, that they start to reach our far northwest. And then these scattered showers and storms will gradually move eastward across our mainly northern Piedmont and northern coastal plain. Southern areas may stay mostly dry, it looks like. The other concern today is the heat. Heat indices will be in the upper 90s to low 100s today, but they should at least say just below heat advisory criteria, which is 105. But still something to keep in mind for sure. And then there's another chance of showers and storms tomorrow. Currently, disturbance, an upper disturbance across Arkansas is resulting in quite a line of showers and storms over there that will move eastward and decay overnight. The storms will, but the disturbance will move across our area tomorrow. Looks like late morning, early afternoon, and that could result in some renewed convection during that period. Mainly, again, it looks like across our north. Then those shower and storm chances become more focused in our southeast, potentially later on in the day. Finally, by Wednesday, we dry out. High pressure builds in. Thursday also looks mostly dry. And then daily shower and storm chances look to return from Friday into the weekend as the next cold front at least tries to approach the area. There is some uncertainty with where exactly that will set up. But it looks like we start to get back into more of a warm and unstable air mass. And so with that, tomorrow through Thursday looks slightly cooler and less humid, still above normal, highs in the upper 80s to low 90s, and lows in the 60s. But then by Friday through the weekend, we warm back up with highs in the mid to upper 90s, maybe even 100 in some spots by Sunday. And heat indices may again get into the low 100s by that time, maybe even reaching advisory criteria. We'll have to see. All right, so looking at the heat risk, this is experimental, but it tells us just how unusual the heat is and potential health impacts. So for today, there's some spots that are expected to have a major heat risk, mainly from the triangle south and east, with moderate elsewhere across the area. And just as a reminder, major heat risk affects anyone without effective cooling or adequate hydration, not just people who are sensitive to heat, but this could affect anybody that isn't taking the right precautions or isn't able to. So then, thankfully, the heat risk goes down tomorrow and especially by Wednesday, with minor to moderate tomorrow and just minor by Wednesday. So looking at the expected rainfall totals for the next 5 days, today, again, the best rain chances look to be across our northern Piedmont and northern coastal plain. So up there, the Weather Prediction Center has a 1/2 to 3/4 of an inch in the forecast. Now, this is just an average. Locally higher amounts are certainly possible in any storms. And then to the south, amounts are more in the 1/10 to 1/4 inch range, it looks like, on average. And there could be some spots that don't get anything at all. Tomorrow, amounts still, they look a little less, but there's still some 1/10 to 1/4 inch totals in the forecast, and especially north and locally higher amounts will be possible. Again, by Wednesday and Thursday, we mostly dry out. Friday, start to get some more moisture and maybe shower and storm chances again. So the 5-day totals across the area are range from about 1/2 inch to 1 inch across the northern half of the area and lesser to the south. So there, with this rainfall, there is a threat of some excessive rainfall and flash flooding. Can't be completely ruled out, but I do think it would be very isolated and mainly affecting urban and low-lying areas across our far northern Piedmont today. But we've been so dry that I don't expect there to be major or widespread issues. And then tomorrow and Wednesday, there is fortunately no threat of excessive rainfall. So looking at the severe storm threat from the Storm Prediction Center today, there is a slight risk of severe storms across most of central North Carolina outside of the far south and east, which has a marginal risk. And as a reminder, slight is at level 2 out of 5, marginal is 1 out of 5. So slight risk means that scattered severe storms are possible, and marginal is more isolated. I do think that the best threat will be kind of in this area across the northern Piedmont and potentially northern coastal plain. Best chance is probably going to be in the northwest as the storms start to move in before we lose some daytime heating as they move farther east. Damaging winds will be the main threat with this. We can't rule out very marginal hail threat as well. In our far northwest, it looks like when the storms have recently developed. Once they move further east, it doesn't look like there will be as much of a threat with that. Tuesday, there's just a threat of general thunder right now from the Storm Prediction Center. I wouldn't be surprised if they upgrade that. There's a chance of there's a conditional severe threat tomorrow. Confidence is too low right now on the details still for them to put anything in, but there is a threat there if that upper disturbance I was talking about, if it tracks across our area in the early afternoon, there could be a threat across the north. Some models have it going too far north though and barely giving us anything. So confidence is still low right now. And then later in the day, again in the southeast, before the cold front dries us out. And looking at the 8 to 14 day outlook from the Climate Prediction Center, there is a 60 to 70% chance of above normal temperatures across much of our area. And this is the June 29th to July 5th period. There is not much of a signal for rainfall. Looks like near normal is favored. And just for reference, average highs this time of year, upper 80s to low 90s, average lows, upper 60s to low 70s. So this isn't a great signal for the ongoing drought that we have. We were at least lucky to get some rain last week, and that may help a little bit, but with more heat expected and no clear signal of above normal rainfall, it's still going to be a concern going forward. The tropics are quiet right now. No activities expected during the next 7 days. And looking at the graphical hazardous weather outlook, again today, the slight risk for severe storms, damaging winds are the main threat. Can't rule out a marginal threat for hail in the northwest as well. Lightning is pretty much a threat almost every day, at least a small threat with shower and storm chances. And excessive rainfall, just a limited threat today in the far north. And the extreme heat is also a concern today, and then less Tuesday through Thursday, and then getting to become more of a concern again Friday, especially this weekend. So to summarize, scattered showers and storms are expected today, reaching the triad probably around 3 or 4 p.m. this afternoon, and then moving east into the rest of the northern Piedmont, northern coastal plain through early evening, say around 8 p.m. or so. That will be the primary time of a severe threat. And so there is a slight risk for severe storms today over most of the area outside of the south and east. Primary threat is damaging straight line winds. And then today will also be hot with heat indices in the upper 90s to low 100s. And that will result in major heat risk possible from the triangle south and east. Then tomorrow, another chance of showers and storms late morning and early afternoon in the north, and then maybe in our southeast after that. Right now, there's nothing outlooked, but as far as a severe threat, but can't totally rule it out. And then Wednesday and Thursday, mostly dry before we get more shower and storm chances Friday into the weekend ahead of the next cold front. And slightly cooler and less humid conditions tomorrow through Thursday before the heat and humidity return Friday and especially this weekend. All right, that concludes the weekly briefing. Does anyone have any questions?